I had the amazing opportunity to go up and visit Stacee Lynn in her Barndominium, the Creek House, and talk more about our Barndominium life. But I wanted to do more of an in-depth interview with you to talk about the projects that push you to your limits, like the ones that really test your abilities, the ones you get really excited about. And there are so many. I know you guys have a ton of projects in the works right now.
We have so many projects in the works. We're all in the works. We're really super excited about them. We've got one project in particular that started off at about 15,000 square feet. It's going to go up in Ohio. And it's about 15,000 square feet. And now it's grown to over 22,000 square feet. It's 5 barndominiums. It's absolutely fabulous.
What do you put in 22,000 square feet of barndominium?
Anything you want. It's that big. We have an amazing home theater. We've got a golf simulator that's going in there. They have storage galore. The homeowner wanted something that she could put all of her Christmas decorations, all of her entertaining items in there so that she could find her tables and her plateware, her dinnerware, anytime she wanted very easily to set up outside for parties. There's a 2-story in-law suite, separate in-law suite for her parents. It's got 2 stories. It's got 2 bedrooms, a vaulted great room, a library in there, its own private porch off the end. Pretty amazing space. It also has an outdoor kitchen, small, just for the in-laws. So they've got 2 amazing outdoor kitchens, but one for the in-laws and then one for themselves. We've also added some wood accents, but it's not really wood. It's actually steel accents that look like wood.
How neat. And you get to be creative. You get to fill that space working with your clients. That's got to be a really cool part of this job.
It really is. I get excited because our clients are excited. They're excited about something different, something new. I've got one client who lives in Alabama, and she said, look, I spent a year with an architect designing what I thought was my most perfect home. All excited, ready to break ground, and then I stumble on you on TikTok. And now I don't want your traditional house anymore. Now I want a barndominium. And so we're designing her a 6 barndominium building compound, 6 buildings. An amazing pool house, a workshop. She has an amazing office with 3 chandeliers in it. It's over the top. We have another barndominium that we're designing that's going to go in Texas that has a trampoline, and it's an entertainment barndo that has a built-in trampoline, a rock wall, a billiard area, a fire pole so the kids can slide down a fire pole, a slide, an indoor slide, hopscotch, a half indoor basketball court, an amazing entertainment barndo. So I love barndominiums. I love entertainment barndos, barndominium compounds. We created them with courtyards. We're designing one for someone who wants a more Mediterranean style look to it. We're in the middle of doing that as well.
I mean, it really speaks to the versatility of these buildings, right? Because kind of the only rule is it's a steel framed building, and from there, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yes, your imagination is the limit. So I have folks that say, hey, can you design me? And almost without, I can design that for you. Perfect, just for your family.
I just think that your story is so interesting. Coming from, you wanted a barndo, you just documented the process of getting yours built, and then it has turned into this like movement on social media, led to the creation of Our Barndominium Life, and all of these really creative projects. I mean, 5 years ago, I'm sure this wasn't on your to-do list.
It wasn't on my to-do list. It wasn't on my radar. I just started sharing our project, and one thing led to another. And one day someone said something on social media. I wonder if she designs barndominiums for other people. And someone says she does because she's designing for me. And like that day, the phone rang like 30 times. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like that song, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And so we got really excited about it, and it's turned, and it used to be I was just running, and now it's kind of taken off, and I'm holding on to the back of the plane as it's taking off, and I'm holding on for dear life. But we are so super excited about what this has done. It's created something pretty spectacular, we think, where we're able to design all across the country some pretty amazing barndominium projects. And I just count my blessings. Very, very blessed.
I want to say something I didn't mention in any of the previous stories was your team. You have a great team with you working on this, because how else could you do it? You're working on projects in what, 40 of the 50 states? That's wild.
Right. 40 of the 50 states we are working on projects. I have an amazing team. We have right now we're at about 18 folks on staff. And I say roughly because we've got a couple that are joining us that start in about a week or so. We've got 18 folks that are on staff here. And so I think that we're probably the largest barndominium floor plan designer in the country, meaning that we solely, exclusively deal with barndominiums. Amazing team. That's how I'm able to go see projects in person with my clients, how I'm able to have conversations personally with my clients about their projects and discuss their dreams and what they imagine to be the perfect spot for their home, what they want it to look like inside. And so I'm able to spend a lot of time with clients that I wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have such an amazing team. So very, very blessed to have them in the background.
Well, it reminds me of a video I just saw you post the other day. You were scouting with a family, with some clients, looking at all the sites on the property where they could put the barndominium. And I just think that's so special, because you have a vision, they have a vision, and getting to communicate that on site, looking around, knowing, you know what it'll look like inside out. You know,
yes.
You have a different point.
It was so much fun. So they brought out their buggy. It's over 400-acre ranch. We're designing them a barndominium compound. We designed them their first barndo that they're going to live in while they build the rest of the compound. And so we were going in looking at where the lakes are on the property, or the tanks, where the big trees, they've got these magnificent oak trees with the hanging moss, the Spanish oak moss hanging, dripping from these oak trees that are just incredible. And so we were trying to place where the first barndo would go and how it would look in relationship. And then came up with some other creative things for their different pathways that are going to lead to different special spots. So as they're taking their guests around, there'll be maybe a fire pit area, or maybe there'll be a little bunkhouse here. So it's going to be not just the compound, but it's going to be spread out all over their property, so that there'll be a destination as they're traveling through the property on the buggies.
That is just so neat. Are there any other projects that you want to mention that just illustrate how cool or creative you can get with a barndominium?
Yes, so actually we're working on a project. It's just south of the Dallas area. It's a retrofit. I don't do a lot of retrofits, meaning that it was a massive building that was on there. That was a bigger riding rink that was built about 2 or 3 years ago. And we're actually converting that. It's going to end up being about an 8,300 square foot entertainment barndo. We're putting bowling lanes, a disco ball, so they can have sock hops and dance parties. It's got a commercial kitchen. It's going to have a theater area in there, pinball machines. It's going to have ping pong table, outdoor kitchen that's really over the top. And I'm super excited about that project. And this is on a big ranch. It's a second home, vacation space, and it's nothing but for entertaining. Big parties, glass garage doors everywhere, opening out to covered porches. Pretty spectacular.
That sounds gorgeous. That just sounds like a lot of fun.
It's so much fun because I get to be so creative. I get to think about how all of those spaces will interact with one another. We're even designing some bleachers for them to be able to put in there so people can sit on the bleachers as the basketball game is going on. We're going to have an outdoor sand court, volleyball court out there. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. An AstroTurf area for a play gym, a jungle gym for people who are bringing small kids. is pretty over the top. I can't wait for this one to be done.
I love it. And I suspect you'll probably share it with folks on your TikTok and Instagram accounts, because you do a great job of kind of giving folks insight into the different designs, what you're working on, the special elements inside. So I want to give you the opportunity to plug. You've got Our Barndominium Life on TikTok, and it's the same handle on Instagram as well, right?
It is. We are super excited. I tell folks all the time, I said, I can't believe on TikTok, we've been on TikTok a year and a half. We have almost 400,000 followers. And I say, what's interesting about this is I'm not singing or dancing or twerking. I'm talking about metal buildings. I'm talking about metal buildings. It's so super cool. I never thought that there would be that much interest in metal buildings on TikTok, but there is. And on Instagram, we just passed our 2-year anniversary a couple of weeks ago, and we are now at 80,000 followers. Never in my wildest dreams would you ever think about it. I will say one other thing, Brandi, is that I'm one of probably the few designers, barndominium floor plan designers in the country that have not only designed, built, and live in a barndominium. So I think I have a lot of experiences that I can share with my followers and my clients about our whole process, the whole journey of, you know, not only designing, but building that barndominium, about financing that barndominium, about some ways that you want to, some areas where you want to be careful during construction, and some areas where you want to spend a little money here and where you can save a little bit of money here.
That totally makes sense. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, before I let you go, was there anything else that you wanted to add about barndominiums, about Our Barndominium Life?
I love everything about barndominiums. There's something so magical and special about them. And I think folks are ready for something new and exciting, not just in Texas, but outside of Texas. I think the steel is amazing. The spans that you can get are amazing. They can be energy efficient. They can go up fairly quickly on the shell. And they just offer so much versatility in the design. And I love everything about barndominiums.
I'm going to say it one more time. Anyone who is interested can follow Stacee Lynn at Our Barndominium Life on Instagram and TikTok. You will get a wealth of knowledge and a lot of insight into all of the different projects she's working on. Stacee Lynn, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Oh, thank you so much, Brandi. And it's been such a pleasure.